No. Hmm. What if I told you all these virtual deaths translate to real-life applicable skills? Join me as we dive into life lessons found in video games. Hello, and welcome to the very first episode of Life Lessons Found in Video Games. I'm UpliftingD, and this show focuses on all the lessons we can learn in video games and how to apply them in our day-to-day lives outside of the virtual world. Today's episode, death. Yes, that's right, the very first episode, and we're getting dark. But seriously, death happens in video games, I'd say about 99% of the time, right? The dreaded death in a video game pretty much states one thing. You suck, you dropped the ball, you couldn't finish, you failed. But what if I told you that all these failures are actually a good thing? Now I think the genre that is best going to help us understand this point is the roguelike genre. A roguelike game is defined by the great Wikipedia as the following. Roguelike is a subgenre of role-playing games characterized by a dungeon crawl through procedurally generated levels, turn-based gameplay, tile-based graphics, and permanent death of the player character. So basically, you got one life. Don't waste it, because when you start over, things are going to be all sorts of different. It's going to be different enemies, different abilities, different maps. Think of it like every day you wake up in a new house, in a new body, but your objective is typically the same. Now, one of my all-time favorite roguelike games is Rogue Legacy, so be warned, I will be using this as our example, and it will contain some major spoilers. Rogue Legacy kicks off with the player controlling Johannes, venturing into the ever-changing Castle Hamson. His goal? Make it to the throne room where rumor has it a cure awaits. A cure that can cure the king of his unknown illness, putting Johannes back on top as the king's favorite son. But as Johannes throws open the throne room doors and ventures forward towards his reward, he sees the king, his father, standing before him. And he does what any black sheep disappointment of a son who climbed a castle of madness would do. Strike him down. Now the adventure truly begins. The player starts off as one of Johannes' offspring. A fresh pup, anew, seeking fame, glory, and revenge. Revenge against Castle Hamson, where you see every generation sends in their kin and none have returned. You, however, will be different. You will succeed. That is until you don't. Yes, it is not uncommon for any new player to die within the first 5 minutes of exploring Castle Hamson. A short-lived, pathetic life. For you, the character, have failed. The aptly named Samuel Smiles, author of Self-Help, a book published back in the days of 1859, has this lovely thing to say about failure. We learn wisdom from failure much more than from success. We often discover what we'll do by finding out what we'll not do. And probably he who never made a mistake never made a discovery. Now let's take apart this quote a bit and analyze what it means and how it applies to this 2013 game. In Rogue Legacy, you kick your adventure off like a newborn pup. So much enthusiasm and no idea where to put your awkward-sized paws or how anything works. You are peeing on the floor, messing with that angry cat that can and will totally kick your ass, and chewing on all the things you absolutely shouldn't be chewing on. Your first life in Rogue Legacy throws a lot of confusing things at you. What does this plate on the floor do? Oh, it spikes and it impaled me. Oh hey, a painting, I bet there's something behind it. Nope, just death. Oh, what's this? 2 wizards at once? Oh, no problem, I can... Nope, no, I can't handle that. You had one goal. Make it to the throne room. Avenge your family. Be the hero your parents raised you to be before they ventured into the very same castle and died. But alas, you, the character, have failed. You, the player, have learned some incredibly important information in this failure. You now have more wisdom to make it even further than you did before. You know what tiles are spawning spikes, how the enemy moves, and the tales of a painting about to come to life, and this time you will be the curb stomper, not the curb stompy. Now yes, it's true, each time you venture into Castle Hanson, the rooms will be rearranged and things will be slightly different, but they remain constants. You are going to learn something in each attempt, and through each attempt and each learning experience, you're going to get further and further along. You will fail. You will fail a lot. That is until you don't. You make it to the throne with all this wisdom at your fingertips. You know what power-ups you need, the boss's pattern. You are ready. I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that don't work. Thomas Alva Edison. Okay, so we've learned how wisdom comes from failure, but more so than success? Let's say you start Rogue Legacy. First time you make it all the way to the throne, killing the 4 bosses on your very first character. First off, that is incredibly unlikely. Second, well done. It might be unlikely for some, but hey, not for you. Talk about a lucky run though, huh? You never encountered one of those spike traps and those evil paintings? What paintings? You didn't come across a single one of those. You, my friend, are a legend. Yes, you succeeded, and some may even argue the better player. Now, if I ask both players to repeat this, who do you think has a better chance of success? Well, that brings us to the second sentence in Samuel Smiles' quote. We often discover what we'll do by finding out what we'll not do. And he who has probably never made a mistake has never made a discovery. Let mistakes, failures, screw-ups, whatever word you would like to call them, let them gift you with wisdom. Let it become your greatest strength. Be the person who makes a lot of mistakes, but learns from each and isn't afraid to make new ones. For that is the gift of error. Pick up the guitar every day and strum those notes until you start hitting the right ones. Keep butchering that new language you're learning until éxito. Keep drawing those hands until those fingers don't look like weird potatoes and carrots. Keep failing, keep learning, keep growing. It might take you 164 children to reach the throne room of Castle Hanson, where Johannes awaits. But, like the great Nelson Mandela said, do not judge me by successes. Judge me by how many times I fell down and got back up again. I look forward to hearing about all of your failures and all the success that blossoms from each. And please, if you like this video, give a like, subscribe, and maybe hit that bell icon to be notified next time I post a video. You can catch me live every week, and I'll leave those details down below. And until next time, thanks for watching Life Lessons Found in Video Games.